gentlemen, my name is Jeff Hunt. I'm the director of the Texas Military Forces Museum, commander of the Texas Military Forces Living History Detachment. I'd like to welcome you to Camp Mabry and to our Close Assault 1944 program. The reason that we're doing this program this weekend, of course, is that Monday is Memorial Day, the one day that our country sets aside to remember our servicemen and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice to defend our country and its interest around the world. We are emotionally connecting people with service and sacrifice, with their relatives who, may have fought, some of whom may have been wounded, others who may have laid down their lives. That's a familial, generational connection. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't do this to glorify war. We do this to educate, to remember.
This is the 1918 A2 Browning automatic rifle, more affectionately known as the BAR.
And that's why the GIs referred to it as Hitler's buzzsaw.
Living history is certainly something that has helped to enhance the educational outreach of the museum. People can come in, we'll have our reenactors out there, and we let people hold the weapons. We let them climb in the tanks, climb in the cockpits and that kind of stuff. The things that museums usually don't let people do. They want to know what it smelled like, what it felt like, what it sounded like. And that's true, of course, for the reenactor, because he's the one or she's the one who's immersing themselves into the time period and the minutia of the time period. Almost all of my close friends are reenactors, people I've served with some for a very, very long time. There's the camaraderie that is with the unit, and I've always found that camaraderie in reenacting units is very much like camaraderie in real military units. We may not get shot at, and we may not get deployed for years at a time, but you do suffer heat and cold and dust and wet, and you suffer it together. You do the work together, and that creates a bond. But also there's a very deep vein of patriotism and service. These guys are out here for a higher reason, and they see that they're doing something that is of benefit to the society, that is of benefit to the Texas military forces.
This is an M4A3E8 Sherman tank. It's got normally a crew of 5. This tank used to belong to Israel. After World War II, it was sent to Israel on the Lend-Lease program, and the Israelis turned it into an M51 Super Sherman.
This tank is a very special tank because it carries a 105 millimeter gun. They only made about 500 of these. Very sweet noise for an infantryman.
It's a lot of work. It's a workout. Driving this Sherman, it's 2 sticks, a clutch pedal, and a throttle. And you're pulling against those sticks hard for every turn you got to make. The clutch pedal, you got to stand on it to disengage the clutch, to shift gears. It's a non-synchronized transmission, so you have to double clutch it to get from one gear to the next. Fastest speed I've had it up to is about 16 miles an hour. I've been doing this since 2004. Started primarily as being the mechanic. That got me into it. They were designed so that a farm boy could fix them. And they're pretty simple to work on. Parts are still out there, they're still available surplus, but they're dwindling rapidly, and as the surplus supply dwindles, the price goes up. I had to repair a hole in the side of the engine block, and after that, I've been a member of the crew ever since.
This is our Close Assault 1944 Living History program. It focuses on the story of the 36th Infantry Division in the European theater of World War II. One of the things that we've always said that we think our museum is trying to do is to present a realistic picture of war. I'd like all of you to please rise and uncover as we observe a moment to remember those who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Squad, present, arms.